We continue coverage of the final day of group play as we position ourselves to Group D as Japan is set to take on Argentina from Brno, Czechia. This is Aaron Sanders, glad to be back on the call for you on the FIBA U19 Women's World Cup, and we're glad that you're able to stick around with us for the next little while as we continue to see all the groups shape out. Portugal defeated Nigeria earlier today, and Hungary clinched the number 2 spot in their group after an 81-45 victory over Korea. And here are the standings as they stand at the moment in Group D. We have Spain 2-0, and as long as they are able to hold on with the victory, they will take number 1. Japan's looking for that number 2 spot to clinch today. Meanwhile, Czechia and Argentina are at the bottom 2. So the mission for Japan is simply to win today to clinch the number 2 spot. We'll take a look at the brackets in just a moment, but we'll start with Argentina, who did not have a good first 2 games in Group D competition. They lost to Spain and Czechia before this game, but they're being led by 2 players that have averaged around 11.5 points per game, and that is Nerea Ligoski, the center, and their point guard, Juana Barrio Nuevo. Barrio Nuevo was part of the U17 Argentina team last year in the U17 World Cup. But this is a team that fares pretty well at the foul line, 72.7%, which is good for 5th place. This is their 10th appearance in the U19s, only taking a medal in 2009 where they ended up with bronze. Japan, on the other hand, this is their 12th appearance. The last time they were in the U19s, they missed the podium, placing 6th. Their best finish was 4th in 2017, and right now they have been playing pretty well. They started off group play winning against Czechia, but they lost to Spain by 15 back on Sunday. They're being led by Odaha Goto, who has 16.5 points per game, which is 10th in the entire World Cup. And she is flawless from the free throw line. Another player to look after is Kenon Suzuki. 10 points per game, along with 3.5 rebounds per game, while shooting nearly 48% from the field. This is a team that averages 46.5 boards a game. That is 5th in the entire tournament, and also go to the free throw line close to 70% of contest. So as we wrap up Group D competition, we'll take a step aside for the national anthems. We'll get you the starting lineups in a few moments as we continue coverage from Brno, Czechia. This is the FIBA U19 Women's Basketball World Cup on the FIBA YouTube channel. This is Aaron Sanders for the U19 Women's Basketball World Cup from Brno, Czechia. Argentina and Japan set to go for their final group games in Group D. Japan a 1-1 record, Argentina 0-2. Japan's looking to snag second place. The officials for today's game: as they are set to go. We'll get to the starting lineups in just a few moments. We're glad you're able to tune in wherever you may be. We are underway in Group D competition. Norea Legowski won the tip for Argentina. Nice backdoor pass inside. And Horiuchi does a wise job of letting the ball fly out of bounds. She was around on the apron, but she put her hands up to make sure she did not have any contact with the ball at all. Here she is with the ball. 7 points per game in the U19s. As she skips it over, a 3-ball is a no-go for Masumoto. Ball picked up by Mashi. Let us know where you're tuning in from by using the live chat. Always love to have the pleasure of your company in this international game. Shot is spot up and in by Legowski. Legowski, a 68% shooter in the first 2 games. Hard layup from Goto goes off the glass. Here's to Petries on the move. Legowski, elbow to DePetries, and that's taken away by Horiuchi. She wisely surveys the floor. Back on over to Goto, 3-ball, that doesn't fall. Picked up by Mashi. Mashi averages 6 points a game, but doesn't get that floater to drop. Sakura Horiguchi gets fouled, and that'll be the first one in the ball game as she passes the timeline. .838 opening quarter. As Suzuki plays it to Horiguchi. One of the handful of members, part of the U18 Asia Cup. Another triple doesn't go down, with Nerea Lagowski getting a rebound. She averaged 8.5 of those a game. Barrio Nuevo taking her time, trying to swing it over to DePetris, but that flies out of bounds. Japan ranked 8th in the power rankings coming into the U19s, 6th in the FIBA World Rankings, and 2nd place in Group D at the moment. 1 win, 1 loss. Catch and shoot 3, that goes high in the air and out of play. We'll stay with Japan as we play 2 minutes in the game. Argentina, 15th in the power rankings, 31st in the world. Last place in Group D, lost both of their games. Immediately inbounded to Goto. Goto gets some ankles, plays it to Horiguchi, goes down to Mendy. Mendy the spin, the move, and the finish. That's just great ball movement from the mid-range, and it finishes it off with Sierra Mendy. Here's the dribble drive as Odaha Goto commits the foul. Tomorrow starts the round of 16. We hope you're able to join all of us on the FIBA YouTube channel. DePetris gets to the line and hits. Sol DePetris, one of the 4 members from last year's U17 national club. Make it 4-2 Argentina. Mendy doesn't get the same result. Reale hits the deck after getting the rebound. She takes the contact. Early stages, first quarter, 4-2 is the score. Argentina ahead. They're looking to play spoiler for Team Japan. Argentina playing it wisely around on the perimeter. Nice spin move from Mashi. Maji doesn't get that to go. She was in trouble as she went to the lane. Horiguchi plays it back to Mendy. Triangle pass. Works out as Masumoso tees it up from three-point land. She averaged close to 10 points and 5 rebounds in the U18 Asia Cup. In this tournament, she's averaging 5.5. Nice bang-bang play as Alessia Reale goes in for 2. Argentina up by 1. Suzuki, another 3-ball. So Masumoko and Suzuki hitting back-to-back triples as Japan leads 8-6. Feed goes out of play, and we go back to Japan, who gets the possession. Incidentally, Sakura Horiguchi made the assist for the Suzuki 3-ball. Japan won their opening group game against Czechia, the host team, 65-60, 65-50, I should say, but fell by 19 against Spain back on Sunday. Suzuki plays it to the corner. Masumoto looking to go 2 for 2, misses it as Yuina Fukasu, who just checked in, couldn't keep the ball in play. Yuina Fukasu checking in for Sierra Mendy. And when we get a break in the action, we'll take a look at the scores from today's competition. In the meantime, DePetris plays it up to Mashi. Feed down low to Lagowski. She's way underneath the basket. It's over to Barrio Nuevo, who airs on a three. Earlier today, Portugal defeated Nigeria. Canada with a 115-52 win over China. Canada has been scoring in leaps and bounds, made 23s in one of the group games, which is a U19 record. USA with a 74-point victory over Israel, and Hungary defeating Korea 81-45. Czechia playing Spain at the moment. Spain is up by a couple of buckets. Over here, it's Japan who has the lead and the momentum. Rebound picked up by Suzuki. Masumoto was thinking of the three, but instead feeds it over to Goto. A third chance for Japan. Shot clock resets to 14. Now it reads 10. Horiuchi goes ahead, follows up on the rebound. That's the fourth try for Japan, as they're beating the team that's not so well on the rebounds in the U19s. Driving over is Goto. Three ball from Saito, off the mark. And this time it will go to Argentina. Japan very active in the mid-range and rebound game in the first few minutes of action. Himeka Sone now in. Argentina gave up 3 rebounds in that sequence. They only averaged 35.5 boards per game compared to Japan's 46.5. As far as rebounds goes, it's evenly matched between these two teams, 7. 4:34 remaining, opening quarter. Japan 8, Argentina 6. Three ball on the way. That doesn't go for Julia Boski. On the fly, three ball. Masumoto doesn't get it. Ball fought for, recovered by Suzuki. Another chance for Japan. You think about it, they picked up 5 rebounds in the last 2 trips, and it pays off very well as Otaha Goto goes from deep. A 5-point Japan lead. We played 6 minutes. The only thing going for Argentina right now, their field goal percentage. They're shooting 43 compared to Japan's 25, but that's in part of them trying to swing it down low. Zolda Petris comes out. Sofia Gonzalez comes in. Crossover dribble from Barrio Nuevo. She is trapped by the double team, up and under. That doesn't go for Boski. Goto. Nice fake out, spot up Jay. That doesn't go. Ball picked up, and now it's back upstairs to Sone. Goto goes for 3 and misses. Fukasu tried to chase down the ball, but it was a little too fast as it heads to the sidelines. 3 lead changes in the game. Ball goes to Gonzalez. They go back to the near side. It is Virginia Peralta who's checked in. Nice strip from Sone. Sone on a 2-on-1. Goes to the other side of the bucket. Goes for the 3. That goes off the side. We have foul as the ball was on its way to the basket. Down to 3:03 to go, opening quarter. Foul committed by Fukatsu, her first, as she was battling with Nerea Legowski. Mio Shiraishi now in, along with Saki Higashi. They replace Fukatsu and Goto, respectively. 3 minutes to go in the first. Japan still have a 5-point lead. Barrio Nuevo having trouble. Swings it out of the corner. That's a 3. That doesn't fall. Rebound scooped up by Saito. Saito going to the other end of the floor, gets the fake and misses. The donut missed the coffee. It was a good look as she traveled more than 90 feet of the floor to get that breakaway. Gonzalez playing it underneath. Legowski for two, no good. Kokona Abe picking up the loose ball. Sona taking her time, gets the screen from Higashi. And they play it down low. And back comes Barrio Nuevo, far side. Legowski gets it from outside. Gonzalez barrels it over to Peralta. And now Legowski back in her comfort zone. She is met by the double team of Higashi and Abe as she draws the foul with 5 seconds to shoot. You see Kokona Abe coming in the moment Legowski was about to put the ball on the floor. Barrio Nuevo will take a breather with 1:52 to go. Gonzalez playing it in underneath. And great decision from Argentina with Julia Bosky getting the foul, and we'll head to the line. Chisato Ito checking in for Saito. DePetris back in for Barrio Nuevo with a foul committed by Higashi. Japan out of fouls in the first. Argentina with only one. Bowski at the line has yet to make a free throw in group play. She averages 3 rebounds and 2.5 points per game. Power forward goes 1 for 2 and drills her first in the U19. Speedy Demon is Himeka Sona as we have a collision near the mid-range. Virginia Peralta taking most of the damage. She's able to get back up. Everybody's okay. Japan 11, Argentina 7 off of the offensive foul from Higashi. Higashi came out of the backcourt like a rocket. It was too much of her force and power to try to break away and get an easy deuce. Argentina with the rock. Bosky as they go downstairs to Maji. Maji, baby hook, doesn't fall. And here comes Kokona Abe. Misses. She averages 2 points per game, part of last year's U17 World Cup team for Japan. A lot of loose ball opportunity. Heads up play from Sofia Gonzalez to go after it as she went one-on-one with Chisato Ito for possession. Both of these teams not shooting well. Argentina escaping a backcourt violation, and they'll head to the foul line. Virginia Peralta and the rest of Argentina turning on the Jets in the front court. Good fake, first and foremost, from Peralta as she met Saki Higashi. And Higashi heads to the bench, with Peralta going to the foul line and hitting the first. Prior to this game, there's only been 5 players for Argentina that has made a free throw. And both rattles in for Peralta. Peralta with her first 2 points. She got at the foul line as they reduced their deficit to 2. Air ball by Goto with 48.6 to go. Considering that Argentina scores 48 points per game and Japan close to 60, both teams below their average as the first quarter winds down. Catch and shoot 3 is good for Bosky. Bosky from beyond the key, outside for 3, and gives Argentina their lead. The 4th lead change in the 4th quarter, and the foul is called on the floor and not on the shot, as Chisato Ito was looking to go baseline right. Petrie's coming out for what appears to be the rest of the quarter. Here is Sone on the inbound. Otaha Goto, shot clock at 10. Goto goes for Sone for three, too strong. Bosky on the rebound. Argentina down the floor with 8 to shoot. Nice crossover dribble from Gonzalez. Gonzalez steps, fires, misses. Pulled down by Shiraishi with 1 second to go. And Sone will just dribble out the clock. Competitive first quarter as Argentina leads 12-11 over Japan in the final day of Group D competition before the round of 16 tomorrow. We'll be back for the second quarter in a moment from the FIBA U19 Women's Basketball World Cup. Welcome back to the FIBA U19 Women's World Cup from Brno, Czechia. Argentina leading Japan 12-11. The top scorer is Julia Bosky with 4 points, leading for Argentina. And Kanon Suzuki, along with 2 of her teammates, tied with 3 points apiece. We're underway in the second quarter. I'm Aaron Sanders. Hope you're enjoying this on the FIBA YouTube channel as the second quarter begins with the Otaha Goto 3 that is misfired. Board picked up by Peralta. Argentina has picked up the tempo in the last few minutes of the first, and they lead by 1. There's been a total of 4 lead changes in the first 10 minutes of action. Down low is Reali. Goes for the fall away, misses. And here comes Riona Masumoto for Japan. Oriuchi met by Maji. Ito lost her dribble, met by the pressure. Kick ball on the play, it goes to Argentina. Final day of group competition for all 16 teams before the bracket shapes out. Argentina last in Group D, lost both of their games. Japan second in Group D. They're looking to clinch that, and they may do just that if they continue to get great quickness and buckets from Otaha Goto. Trouble on the play. 2-ball goes in. Took some time, but it found its way down the hatch. 6th lead change in the game as Argentina regains the lead, 14-13. Bounce pass ahead to Masumoto. Masumoto gets the step, misses. She got to Petrie's out of the play as she drove to the baseline. The round of 16 matchups that are already confirmed for tomorrow. USA will play China, Israel against Portugal. Gal Raviv for Israel has been on a scoring tear in the last couple of days. Hungary will face Nigeria and Korea will face Canada. There are 3 matchups that have yet to be determined. Underneath, Goto goes to the paint and scores. It is 15-14 as we approach the 8-minute mark in the second. Loose ball on the play picked up by Horiyuchi. She's having trouble as she grazes the timeline. Goto misses from the side. Suzuki picks it up and her foot. Matter of fact, there's a foul on Argentina. It looked like she stepped out of bounds, but there was too much contact close to the apron. Quick play underneath as Suzuki flings it away to Horiyuchi. Goto looking for a steal, almost got it from Mendy, plays it by herself. Horiyuchi for 3, that is denied by Ingenito. DePetris up the floor. And on the dribble drive, Gonzalez. And more free throws coming up. Remember, Japan went over the foul limit with 4 minutes to go in the opening quarter. There was a time where Argentina only had 1 team foul, well early on in the game. First free throw up and under and in for Sofia Gonzalez, a 50% foul shooter. Argentina in their 10th appearance in the U19s. They placed in 3rd back in 2009, the last time they reached the podium. Japan looking to make the podium and get a 2-1 record to wrap up Group D. Horiyuchi going for the baseball pass, flings it over to Goto. That bounces off and out. Mendy follows up, misses it. Horiyuchi gets the rebound. 3rd chance for Japan. Will 3rd time be a charm? Not this time. Mendy throws it over her head. What a play. Goto with the finish. Play of the day material, folks. Goto gets the save from Mendy, and she gets the bucket. Give that assist to Sierra Mendy. And that is her first assist in the U19s, believe it or not. Here's the feed to Otaha Goto. Goto drives by Legowski, the center. Another 3 from the wing, off the mark. Mendy with an easy putback. Mendy with a board and a bucket along with an assist in the last 2 trips. And Japan starting the second quarter on a high note. They lead 19-16 with 6:22 to go. Timeout, Argentina. Japan with a 19-16 lead out of the timeout. Still amazed at that Sierra Mendy save with Otaha Goto getting that bucket. Horiyuchi circles around to the far side, resets for Japan. We played 4 minutes in the second. Goto from the line to make it 21-16. Argentina with the 1-point lead to start the second quarter. A 6-point turnaround has prompted Japan to take the ball back. And a great force out from Sierra Mendy as she located Nerea Legowski and forced her out of bounds. Argentina 2 fouls, Japan 1. Mendy upstairs with Legowski right after her. Suzuki slices and dices and hits. Japan is having their own way in the paint this afternoon. De Petris flings it over to Peralta. Peralta downstairs to Bosky. Julia Bosky. And the 2 ball is good for Suzuki. Fast-paced, aggressive action between these two teams within the last couple of minutes. Ball stripped by Suzuki. She's the only one there, but has Horiyuchi with her. Plays it to Goto, who draws the foul. Suzuki slowing the play down right at the elbow. Located Goto. Instead of flinging it to the right side for Horiyuchi, we have a timeout with 4:50 to go. Argentina will take time, and we have a special feature for our Japan fans. I'll tell you all about it after the timeout. And for those tuning in Japan and our Japan fans, we have a dedicated Japanese website for you, and we have placed it into the chat. If you're able to click the top comment highlighted in yellow. So we hope you're able to join in for a lot of our Japan fans. We'd like to welcome Frida Ku, who upgraded the membership to starter. Gives me an opportunity to let you all know that we have a FIBA YouTube membership, as the first free throw is a miss for Goto. There's rookie, starter, and MVP memberships. And if you subscribe, you'll have exclusive access to plenty of members-only videos and a lot of information, more exciting perks like the Discord Q&A session, which all the commentators you have heard so far in the U19s are a part of. So you could ask us a question in the Discord. Finally got my account up and running, so you could ask me questions about how you think the U19's faring. Who do you think will end up as the U19 MVP? All of that and more if you join the growing community of the FIBA YouTube channel today. And also to go to the U19 Women's World Cup website to partake in the Game Predictor app and find out more information about the tournament. Julia Bosky from three-point land as she gets it in the face of Otaha Goto. Kenan Suzuki to Goto. Goto met by a lot of blue shirts as she plays it to Fukatsu. Fukatsu, a 60% free throw shooter heads to the line. Japan with the 5-point lead with 4:09 to go. Both free throws go down. Japan outscoring Argentina in the quarter 16-9. They're displaying a full court pressure, and it pays off with the steal from Sone. Sone all by herself as she puts it in. It was all Himeka Sone as Japan reached close to 30. Argentina looking to respond with a 3-ball. That doesn't fall for Boschi. Last time she got the ball, she connected right from the left wing. From the corner, Suzuki doesn't get that drop. Pulled down by Fukasu. And Japan has been dominating when it comes to 50-50 balls. And it ends with another Goto 2. Goto, the leading scorer, with 11. Picking up 4 rebounds along with Horiuchi. Argentina, in the meantime, led by Julia Boschi with 9 points and 2 triples. Foul committed by Sone, with Gonzalez trying to break away from her. Argentina shooting 37% from the field, Japan 31%. Couple of changes for Argentina. Shot doesn't go. And Japan not wasting any time attacking to the basket. They reset for Goto to have the ball. She is guarded by Gonzalez. Goto, tough take, misses. Whistle. Alessia Reali checking in for Francisca Canelo. Argentina now over the limit in fouls after Boschi picked up her personal. Goto misses the free throw. Prior to that trip, she was flawless at the line. 10th in scoring with 16.5 points a game. She goes 1 for 2 to make it 32-21. 2 and 35 to go in the half. Gonzalez trying to get away from Sone. Has to dish it to Boschi instead. Little give and go now from Gonzalez. Possession will stick with Argentina. As Barrio Nuevo runs into Yui Sato. Goto heads to the bench with 2:18 to go. Both teams out of fouls to give the rest of the way. Julia Boschi gets the touchdown pass as she kisses it off the glass and in. Argentina did not waste any time off of that inbound pass. Fukasu asking for an opening. And she gets it from up top and banks it in. Fukasu getting on the scoring sheets. She now has 4. Barrio Nuevo drives and fouled. Minute and 42 remaining in the second quarter. As she tried to take on Mio Shiraishi. Spain and Czechia in progress late in the second quarter. It is Spain leading 25-16. There is one more game to be played today outside of the two right now, and it will be Australia versus France. That is coming up in 2 hours. In the meantime, over here, Barrio Nuevo goes for the second free throw and misses it, finds her own rebound. And here is Reali. Reali, skip pass, corner three, corner pocket. Julia Boschi with her third triple of the ball game. Sone going for a light finger roll, that doesn't fall. Skipped over to Masumoto, who misses. Boschi. And Petries gives it back to Boschi. Looking to heat up from beyond the arc, doesn't have that one falling. Abe looking for the pass, able to get it off the back of what appears to be Barrio Nuevo. A broken play with 50 seconds to play. Fukasu driving in from the left, goes for the finger roll and gets it in. Japan dominating in the points of the paint in the last few moments of the half. They have come up with their 24th point inside. They may go for 26 on this trip. A 2-for-1. There is a foul close to the backcourt. .24 seconds to play with Yuina Fukatsu stepping up to the foul line, where Japan is 50% at the line. She calmly drains the first one. That is her 7th point. She has 3 rebounds to her name and a steal. Whistle right after the release. Lane violation, so Fukatsu will get another one. Shot clock, game clock identical. And Fukatsu misses the free throw, and the shot clock is turned off. As Argentina have to get it into the front court, and they do before meeting the 8-second count. The Petris gets it back. Nice fake out from Reali. The Petris slides in and is what met by Abe. Three seconds remaining in the half. And De Petris, an 83% free throw shooter, will head to the line after this timeout. .1 seconds to go. It will be Japan ball Japan ball due to a travel from Sol to Petrus. Emeka Sone feeds it off with 1 second to go. And Alessia Reali able to get a hand up there to end the half. So it's Japan 37, Argentina 26 at halftime. Japan's being led by Otaha Goto, who has 12 points and 4 rebounds and an assist. Argentina being led by Julia Boschi, who has 14 points, 50% shooting off of 3 three-pointers with 4 rebounds to boot. Japan leads by 11. We'll be back for the call of the second half in a less than 15 minutes. This is Aaron Sanders. You're watching the FIBA U19 Women's Basketball World Cup.
Education, health, justice. We sometimes take these simple things for granted. They're not common for all of us. We are all born on the same planet, but not with the same opportunities.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are one.
We are all on the same team.
Let's convince those who never thought they'd do it that they can. We can. Together, we are stronger.
No matter your origin,
basketball
Can bring everyone together.
Basketball
For good.
This isn't a moment. It's a time unlike any before.
It's not a request, not a maybe, not a someday.
This is now. Feel our presence, built on strength
And drive, not rising. We are arriving, not hoping, but owning.
This isn't a moment, it's movement, constant, relentless.
Every cut, every pass, every shot. Earned, taken, undeniable.
The future, it's already here.
forged in sweat, ruled by queens. When we move, the whole game shifts.
and we're unstoppable in all directions. We own the game.
We're about ready to go for the third quarter in the final day of group play. It's Group D action between Japan and Argentina, in which Japan has an 11-point lead over Argentina, as they are ready to go and having fun too. Aaron Sanders on the call. Glad to have you joining us on the FIBA YouTube channel. And again, let us know where you're tuning in from. And be sure to subscribe to FIBA and join our membership program. Rookie, starter, and MVP tiers are up for grabs, along with some exciting exclusive perks. Argentina will start the second half with the ball. In the second quarter, Japan outscored Argentina 26-14. Argentina had a little bit of a scoring spurt halfway in the second quarter, but that fell flat. And the rebound pulled down by Sakura Horiuchi. Horiuchi on the baseball pass. Sierra Mendy getting the pick for Kenan Suzuki. Suzuki goes upstairs, and it's Goto. She has 14 points as she sends it over to Masumoto, who gets it from the corner. She called her shot from the corner pocket as Japan eclipses the 40-point mark. There's been a total of 9 lead changes into this game. Argentina's only led for 5 minutes. And here comes Japan on the move again. Great no-look pass underneath the Kenan Suzuki as she falls and hits the floor. And it will be Argentina ball. Argentina, by the way, being led by Julia Boschi, who has 14 points. Boschi shooting 50% from the field. Has capitalized on 3 balls. And we are a minute in the second half. Down to Nerea Legowski, who has only 2 points, 1 field goal. Barrio Nuevo gets it back down to her, and she picks up her 4th. She is now 50% from the field, 2 of 4, and Argentina now trails by 12. Japan 1-1 in Group D play. Argentina 0-2. Nice access inside for Horiuchi as they pat the ball around, and now Argentina has a go with it. It's Solda Petris, 4 points, 2 turnovers. Legowski, the center, tries a 3. That doesn't fly. Horiuchi looking around. She will not get a pick with Goto taking on Maji. And Suzuki misses it from the corner. Ball patted by Mendy, and it's another chance. That's been the story for Japan outside of the double dribble committed by Goto. Japan has been very aggressive when it comes to getting the second and third chance opportunities. They have piled up the rebounds because of that, as they're outboarding Argentina 31-21, 15 offensive rebounds. Argentina really has to capitalize downstairs if they want a chance in this game. Count that in a foul, as Legowski will go for the 3-point play. Legowski has picked up 2 field goals early on in the third quarter, and she'll get her first chance at the foul line this afternoon. She's had 4 boards along with a steal. What these two teams have to be careful with the rest of the way is the foul trouble. In the first half, Japan got into foul trouble after the first 6 minutes of play. Argentina returned the favor in the second quarter. They had 5 team fouls at the 4-minute mark in the second. Japan has 1 and the 10-point lead. Otaha Goto from long range. Can't connect. Rebound picked up. Doesn't go down from Masumoto. Goto, that is the 3rd chance for Japan, as Maji and Goto hits the deck. Rock Swung over to Masumoto. Suzuki for three. Got it. Kenan Suzuki, who shoots 47% from the field, really making it count today. She is now in the double-digit figures. Her second three, while shooting 50% overall. Playing it in is Juana Barrio Nuevo, a handful, one of the many players that played in Argentina's U17 team in the World Cup last year. Catch and shoot. Barrio Nuevo misses it from outside. And she makes up for it with the steal. Goes for the fake pass, fires it from the elbow, doesn't get that one to fly. She goes 0 for 2 on that trip. Argentina looking to capitalize down low, but haven't been successful in the first 3.5 minutes of play in the second half. Japan up by 13. Suzuki gets the screen from Higashi. Breaks away, goes for the shot, and it's taken back by Legowski. Legowski put both of her hands up for the rejection. That is her first block. Japan has been dominating on the offensive glass, 15 to Argentina's lone O-board. Sierra Mendy hasn't scored a lot in this tournament, only 2.5 a game. 3 seconds read on the shot clock. Goto goes and finishes it off with the left hand. Goto now with a total of 14 and 6 rebounds to boot. Handoff to DePetris. Ball nearly taken, but Mashi recovers. Goes for the spin move, but takes too many steps. So Japan so far holding their own. They trailed by 1 at the end of the first quarter, 12-11. Came back with a 26-14 second quarter to take the lead at the end of the half. DePetris on the steal, plays it to Magi. Magi stuck in her tracks. And great defense from Chisato Ito forces the turnover. As efficiency is concerned, Horiuchi is at a plus 14. Catch and shoot from Horiuchi. That doesn't fly. She locates her own rebound. We're halfway into the third quarter. 6 to shoot for Japan. Suzuki has the rock. And there will be another one on Barrio Nuevo. Both teams with a foul apiece. As Sakura Horiuchi heads to the bench. Horiuchi, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, only 1 bucket for the meantime. In the meantime, in between time, Goto looking to break away. As she does, as she gets that pass to Yui Sato. Nice move from Goto. She can't get the Flamingo fadeaway to go. Soné, who averaged 6 points in the U18 Asia Cup, plays it back to Goto. 3 is no good. Ball fought for, recovered by Mendy. Until she dropped it. Ball returns to Argentina. The line score in the third quarter, Japan 8. Argentina 4. A huge difference from that 26-point spurt Japan put up in the second. Sofia Gonzalez checking in for Juana Barrio Nuevo, and she immediately gets the ball. Gonzalez putting the moves on Sona as she looks for Legowski. Legowski and Mendy, both centers away from their comfort zone. DePetri gets it stripped by Sato. Sato, in return, has it stripped. DePetris returns the favor. Under 4 to go in the third. Mendy has a seat as Shisato Ito deals with Gonzalez. Good screen from Shiraishi. Saito gets close and misses from the front. Another offensive rebound for Japan. They are close to 20. Give and go. Beautiful. Chisato Ito with that nice dish. And the finish to make it 47 to 30. Lay-in goes down for Sofia Gonzalez. Now the speed is picking up. Over the shoulder, wide open Sona. Gives it to Goto instead. Misses from the side of the iron. Picked up by Legowski. It was Otaha Goto who came up with the assist on the last trip for Japan. 3 to go in the third. Gonzalez tried to explode to the lane, but is called for traveling. That is the 19th turnover for Argentina. Japan only has 7. Goto goes to the bench. Argentina has 20 points from their reserves. Japan has been dominating inside. 28 of their 47 points have come from the paint. Yui Sato swings it over. Ito looking for another bucket. Doesn't get that one to drop. Sona explodes off to the right side. Flings it over to Sato. Sato gets some room. The southpaw shooter misses from the front. Isabella Ingenito on the board. If Argentina wants to get back into the ball game, they have to think about going low for Nerea Legowski, as she's trying to break away from Mio Shiraishi. Changes being made with 2:16 to go, with Mio Shiraishi checking out. She did a good job closing out Legowski down low. Ingenito drills her first free throw of the game. Argentina close to 60% of the foul line. Japan shooting 50. Argentina usually shoots 72% at the foul line. 2 for 2 goes Ingenito. 47-34, that's the score. Lightning quick as Sona. A lot of touches for her in the third quarter, and she finally cashes in. Double team applied, but broken up immediately. Gonzalez picked for Legowski. Reali, another travel on Argentina. Argentina has one lone player that's in double digits, and that's Julia Boschi, who has 14. On the other side for Japan, they have 2. That is Goto with 14 and Suzuki with 10. Fake from Sato, and she is called for traveling. Back-to-back travels for Japan and Argentina with 1:42 remaining in the third. Foul trouble definitely not an issue for either squad right now. And the turnovers continue to pile up for both teams. Reali was first called for traveling with 1:54. In 1:42, Yui Sato was called for turnovers off of travel. And now Saki Higashi is stopped in her tracks to the bucket. Sona again. She falls away and picks up her 4th point in the last few seconds. With 1:13 to go, Gonzalez plays it as they go to the close end. It is Sofia Gonzalez who is fouled by Sonnen. France and Australia will play in less than 2 hours. There's another game going on as we speak. It is Spain and Czechia. Spain ahead with 4 minutes to go in the third. Gonzalez looking up front for Legowski, takes it herself. The floater's no good. Picked up by Fukasu. Fukasu adding depth to the Japan roster as she flings it over to Sato. Sone left open. A 1-3-1 defense applied by Argentina. And Sona's 3 ball goes in and out. If Argentina plays this wisely, they could go for a 2-for-1. Fiamma Solis over to Barrio Nuevo, who misses from outside. Picked up by Abe. Abe in trouble and passes it to Sonnen. 4-second difference on the shot and game clock. Shot clock 7, game clock 11. Up and under is Higashi, who will shoot a pair. Higashi was given the left side right from the moment Reali picked her up. Free throw goes down for Saki Higashi. And she gets the second one too, just for good measure. Score now is 53-34 as Higashi picks up her first 2 points and gets the steal. Abe passes it over to Sone with 4 to shoot. Sone flings it over as Reali meets her along with Fiamma Solis. Japan has limited Argentina to under 10 points in the third quarter. A 16-8 quarter and a 19-point game. Japan looking to clinch second place in Group D and finish with a 2-1 record before the round of 16 tomorrow. Japan has been doing well at the foul line in the third quarter. They are now at 60% overall. 55-34 with 2.2 to go. And Sofia Gonzalez will dribble out the clock. Horn goes for the end of the third quarter. Japan leading 55-34 as we go to the fourth quarter. This presentation of the FIBA U19 Women's Basketball World Cup will continue. Time for the fourth quarter between Japan and Argentina in Group D action. Japan leading by 21. Following a third quarter in which they limited Argentina to 8 points. They in turn scored 18. Canon Suzuki scored 10 points in the game so far, 44% when it comes to shooting. He's picked up 3 rebounds. The leading rebounder is Sakura Horiyuchi with 8. 4 of them have come off the O glass, in which Japan has been very dominant in this game. They've had more offensive rebounds than defensive, 23 of their 44. Foul from three-point land, that counts. Count it, baby. As Ryono Masamoto will try to apply the 4-point play. Not a smart move from Argentina to start the quarter, as Milena Maggi stuck her hand up and drew contact. And the 4-point play is not completed. Last touched by Otaha Goto. And despite that three-pointer and the foul, Japan hasn't been successful from outside. That was only their 6th three-pointer they made out of a possible 38. They've shot more threes than they had twos in the game. Overall, they're 22 out of 67. Their fortune may turn on this trip as the steal comes up by Suzuki as they play it overneath, out of bounds called. And it will go back to Argentina. Argentina hasn't been faring well from three-point land either. Only 3 of 13, 12 of 32 overall to make it 37.5% from the field. Argentina, the shocking factor about them, only 1 offensive rebound out of a total of 26. They get their first bucket of the quarter as Alessia Reali makes it 58-36. Screen from Mendy. Baseball pass ahead to Goto, who fires a 3. She misses. Reali another rebound. In Hinito as they reset. Solis downstairs to Reali. Reali guarded by Mendy, goes for the spin move, flings it up, misses. Horiyuchi, the leading rebounder for Japan, gets the rebound, her 9th. Pocket 3, good for Suzuki. Japan starting out red hot from three-point land in the 4th. Nice tic-tac-toe pass from Maggi. Maggi is blocked by Mendy. She made it look so easy. Here comes Mendy coming up from the right side and located Maggi as she was looking to finish from the left. Gonzalez checks out for Argentina. And Suzuki is out for Japan. Juana Barrio Nuevo checks in for Gonzalez, and it's Chisato Ito, who is now in the spot of Suzuki. Early in the 4th quarter. And here comes Alessia Reali. Gets the handoff right away. It's back to Maggi. Maggi misses, and it's picked up by Horiyuchi. Horiyuchi flirting with the double-double as she scoops it over to Mendy off that nice high-low pass from the line. Sierra Mendy now with her 6th point. That adds on with her 5 rebounds. Loose ball recovered. It's tied up. And they go to the possession arrow and will stay with Argentina. More than 2 minutes have gone by in the 4th quarter. Japan looking to run away with the game and a 2-1 record in Group D play to snag up second place. The ball movement certainly paying off as Otaha Goto continues to heat up. She now has a total of 17 points, dropping her second 3-ball. Here's Horiuchi breaking the 5-second count. Otaha Goto to the lane again. 5 quick points for Goto as she capitalizes on her 19th point. She leads all scorers. Catch and shoot 3, a little soft on the side of the iron. Spot up J, no dice. And here's Juana Barrio Nuevo, who immediately gives it away to Maji. Goto goes to the bench. Once again, only one player that scored 10 points or more for Argentina, and that is Julia Boschi, for which we haven't seen in the entire second half. A fling from Maji, picked up by Higashi. Now it's Ito going back and forth with Horiuchi. Horiuchi drives and goes for it. And as our fellow commentator Glenn Marmer would say, that's a counter. With Horiuchi exposing the weak side defense for Argentina, it is 70-36 with 6:24 to go. Reali and Maji will head to the bench. And one doesn't go down. Japan over their scoring average of 59.5 points per game. In their first game against Czechia, they won by 15, 65-50. On the 13th, they lost to Spain, 69-54. So they won by 15 and lost by 15. Currently, they are up by 34, which helps them a lot to secure second place in Group D. Argentina has yet to win in the U19s this year. Spot-up jumper for Legowski doesn't fall. Four minutes gone by in the fourth. Emeka Sone, no. And here's Juana Barrio Nuevo. There are two players that have scored more than 10 points per game for Argentina, and neither Legowski or Barrio Nuevo is close to that. Again, most of the scoring has come from Boschi, who has 14. Legowski and Barrio Nuevo has a total of 4 points, all of them coming from Legowski. So Japan really putting the clamps on Argentina's top scorers this afternoon. And Boschi, who averages 2.5 points per game, is having her best game in the tournament. We hope you're enjoying the game, and for those tuning in from Japan or avid Japan fans, we have a dedicated website for you to catch up on all the latest and greatest of the U19 Women's World Cup. Boschi disappointed that she couldn't keep it in bounds. In the meantime, once again, a dedicated Japanese site for the U19 World Cup. It is pinned on top of the live chat if you want to join in. And you can become a YouTube member, either let's see, rookie, starter, or MVP membership, where you can unlock exclusive content, watch our latest videos, and have access to our Discord server along with our Q&A. One on the shot clock. Here's Ito, misses it, pulled down by Sona, and that has been Japan's bread and butter, picking up the offensive rebounds when they count. Legowski looking for the pass. She is covered up by the double team of Sato and Fukasu. All four showing on the game clock. And Argentina deals with 14 on the shot clock. Peralta looking for the crossover dribble, but Ito pests her. She pestered her with great authority. Saito misses from outside. Legowski gets the board. Here's Barrio Nuevo taking it all by herself and misses it. She palmed that ball as she was ready to go in. And Higashi makes Argentina pay yet again. Higashi with her 4th point of the game. She is a perfect 2 for 2. 4 minutes to go in regulation. Bosky picks up the loose ball. She is guarded by the aforementioned Higashi. Another over-the-shoulder pass. We've seen plenty of those today. That one doesn't cash in for a 3. Sona hands it off to Ito, and I mean hands it off. Saito having trouble, goes for the bounce pass. Fugatsu gives it back. Saito from deep. It has been all Japan as they capitalize on their 9th 3-ball. The steal picked up by Sona. She allows Japan to get back to the other end of the floor, but it goes to a Barrio Nuevo steal. Bosky looking for the no-looker for Legowski, and it's saved. And Japan has another option, and they throw that away. Virginia Peralta. Both teams playing a bit loose in the last minute, which has led to turnovers. And in the turnover game, Japan has a total of 12. Argentina close to 30. Breaking down the team stats, Japan leading in every stat you could think of outside of the blocks. Argentina has 5. Japan has a total of 18 personal fouls in the ballgame. They have scored 42 of their 77 points inside, 20 second chance points, 25 offensive rebounds, and have scored 26 points off of Argentina's 29 turnovers. Shot clock reads 6 as DePetris works it around to the perimeter. And it goes back to Japan. Peralta could not keep the ball inbound. We have 2:26 remaining in the ball game, and Japan appears to be boosting their record to 2-1 and securing 2nd place in Group D play. No basket as travel is called on Chisato Ito. We'll keep on looking at the Spain and Czechia game that is taking place at the same time. Spain leads 50-36 as they're almost halfway in the 4th quarter. Australia and France will get underway in more than an hour. A round of 16 starts tomorrow. I'll be on the call for a couple of those games. And we will have the finalized bracket in the next few hours. We already have 4 matchups confirmed. 1 on the shot clock. Peralta uses too much time. Defense coming alive for Japan. So far, the round of 16 matches that have been confirmed: USA versus China, Israel versus Portugal, Hungary and Nigeria, and Korea and Canada. This is Group D action, as that's all coming to a close very soon. Shiraishi called for another travel. And for all intents and purposes, it looks like Spain will capture first place. They still have a few minutes left in the ball game. The point differential is too much for Japan to make up. They're close to 80 points. They lead by 41. Spain has the 36-point difference, and with them being up by more than 10 points, that will lead up to about 46. And a shot goes down for Emma Baldo as she gets on the scoring sheets with the shot clock running out. Chisato Ito slices again. Ito with a free opportunity as we approach the final minute of play. Japan has done exceptional inside. The and one goes down for Francisco Canelo. Argentina working with the two-center lineup. First we saw Baldo beating the clock, and now Canelo driving through the contact and getting the and one. Julia Boschi had 14 points in the first half, and that was it, as she's been kept frozen scoring-wise in the entire second half. The only player that has scored 10 points or more for Argentina. Another explosive quarter for Japan, and is led by Chisato Ito this time around. Downstairs for Mio Shiraishi, 81-40. They have tied the amount of points they had in the second quarter, which was 26. They have limited Argentina to under double digits, but Emma Baldo gives them their 8th point of the quarter. Their largest quarter was in the second as well, 14 points. Shot clock and game clock, a difference of 3. Japan will lock up second place. Here's the move. The finger roll doesn't fall for Yui Saito. Japan now playing for points as they try to pile it on. They lead by 39. They're looking to lead by 41 by the end of the trip. And now Spain, at this point, all they have to do is just win. If they drop their 14-point lead for which they have right now, and Japan scores enough points, they could fall to second. But it looks like things will be okay for Spain and Japan, as they are going to clinch one of the top 2 spots in Group D. Argentina will end group play 0-3 in the bottom of Group D. 83-42. One more finger roll as that goes down for Virginia Peralta, and that's the ball game. Japan will take home the victory after trailing by 1 at the end of the first quarter. Japan dominated throughout the entire way. They did not trail since the 7-minute mark in the second quarter, and they did not look back. They win 83-44. We'll take a look at your top scores before we sign off this evening. Julia Boschi with 14 points for Argentina was silent in the second half. There were 2 players that scored in double digits for Japan, and that is Otaha Goto, who ended up with 19 points, and Kanon Suzuki with 13. Sakura Horiyuchi led in rebounds with 11, and in a dominating effort on the O-boards, Japan had 25 rebounds on the offensive glass for a total of 54. 54-32, a difference of 22 in favor of Japan. So that will do it for group play for both of these teams. We'll wait to see where they fare out in the brackets. And in the meantime, Spain has the lead and they may have the point difference. And they also have the advantage in terms of the standings, a 2-0 record. Once again, 83-44, the game goes to Japan as they wrap up group play. We'll be back on the call for the round of 16 tomorrow. We'll turn you over to the game between Spain and Czechia, which they have a few minutes to go until the end of that one. Thank you all for tuning in, and remember, there are plenty of good sports out there, so you be one too. So on behalf of everybody in FIBA and the commentators, Jacinda Govin, Michael Cerati, Justin Taylor, Glenn Marmer, and Greg Fada, this be Aaron Sanders saying so long for now. You've been watching the 2025 FIBA U19 Women's Basketball World Cup. So long, everybody.